What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Tuesday, August 2nd, day 28 inside the Big Brother house. And, you know what? A lot happened. So yesterday we had the veto ceremony. And where we left off really early that morning, late last night, there was kind of a new strategy and new plan that was formed by the leftovers. And we talked about it in yesterday's update video, how like, hey, this actually has some merit to it. There's some smart ideas behind it. And you guys actually brought up some good points actually on why it wouldn't work in the comments. So let's kind of break down what the actual plan was. The leftovers, and mainly it was Michael and Brittany who brought this idea to them. And they said, listen, if you look at the pairs the way they are right now, everyone is insulated on the leftovers except for Michael and Brittany. So especially now that Terrance chose Monte and Joseph, if, for example, they got put up, they can send out Terrance. What we don't know is what's going to happen with the twist, right? Let's say we vote out Nicole. Where does Taylor go, right? Does Taylor get to pick a team to go with? And if that's the case, then that still kind of works, right? She can join up with Terrance. She can join up with Indy and Alyssa. There's plenty of options for Taylor to be able to join. If they keep Nicole and they keep the nominations the same and put up Alyssa and Indy, that could lead to some interesting scenarios where maybe they can convince Indy to choose Michael and Brittany. If that happened, every pair would now have one member of the leftovers and someone else that they could vote out. So it kind of insulated the whole group and made them a little bit safer next week. What if she didn't choose Michael and Brittany? Well, like, there's a chance she could choose Joseph or Monte. That would both still be pretty good, because then at least just one pair would be in danger of being able to be put up, and there's no chance for them to save the leftover. So in theory, it had some good plans to it, right? If you're thinking of Big Brother as a chessboard, it all really made a lot of sense. There's some mitigating factors, though. One comment that we had in the comment section last video that I really liked was Indy hated being a have-not, and she was very adamant. She wanted to choose Michael and Brittany as the have-nots this week, but because it was Michael's birthday, she let them get a slide, and Turner and Jasmine went on have-not duty. But she really wanted to get Brittany on there, so they would be the ones most likely to be have-nots this upcoming week. I don't think Indy would want to choose that, and I think that is a really strong reason why this plan just wouldn't have worked. I don't think Indy would have chose Michael and Brittany simply based on that alone. Indy is a wild card, right? One, and if you would have kept her on the block, who knows how she would have blown up. But two, she definitely wouldn't have taken Michael and Brittany if she thought they were going to be have-nots, because that's more important to her than anything else in the game. So while it was a good plan, it had some holes in it that were poked in, especially by you guys, and I thought that was really good. The other ideas too were, hey, what if the twist just ends and then you're stuck with Nicole and Daniel still in the house gunning after your alliance, right? Take the shot and get one of them out. It's very simple. If you have the shot at Nicole, take it. They came up with this plan. They brought it to Kyle. Kyle was still a little bit weary on it. He was like, I don't know. They give him plenty of chances. They were like, dude, like, what do you think? Is there any reason why this is a bad idea? And he's like, honestly, I can't think of one. Like, he was just like, I wish there was. I wish it's gonna make me look terrible, but I wish there was a good reason not to do this. So that's how it ended last night. And it was like, all right, Monte in the morning, he'll have a conversation with Daniel and Nicole, kind of tell them like what his worries are. He has a lot of issues with Jasmine, Alyssa, and Indy, and he doesn't think that they trust Nicole anymore because Alyssa told Indy and Jasmine about Paloma's pack and how Nicole was in that, so they don't trust her anymore. It all seemed to be going pretty well. until Daniel and Nicole decided they didn't trust Monte now. They thought, well, he must be keeping Taylor safe for some reason. But here's what he doesn't know. We have the votes. So we're going to use the veto. We're going to put Taylor and Nicole up there. And we're going to send Taylor home. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't make this stuff up. Nicole was going to be safe this week. And the reason why she will go home is because of her number one in the game, Daniel. You can't make this up. I've come to the conclusion that this season has just been the perfect storm of every week having the most entertaining outcome possible happen. First week, we have this silly backstage thing. We don't even know how it works. Taylor seems like she's the obvious target, and they're going to end up putting her against one of the girls. It's like, yeah, that might be kind of fun to see them battle it out and what could happen. But instead, what do we get? The Paloma burnout. Very entertaining, led to some great stuff that we were like, holy crap, what is going on? Week 2, Pooch volunteers to go on the block, basically sending himself out the door, and it led to an amazing blindside and one of the craziest little weeks that we had until the following week when after Pooch was evicted and blindsided, Joseph and Kyle and Monte were all like, man, we don't like this. Turner, we don't like this. We want some revenge. That let them kind of forming and realizing what was going on in the house, and leftovers get formed. I have a new mic placement, and I thought it would be better and I wouldn't hit it as much. Still hitting it as much because I talk with my hands. They were like, let's get together and try and do something, and that completely flipped the game in week 3, and they sent Ameerah in a blind side. And now this week, what's the most entertaining possible scenario? Nicole gets backdoored by your best friend. You couldn't make this stuff up. It's really been just amazing. This season just been such a great mix of great gameplay, terrible gameplay, and chaos all in between, and I've just been loving every minute of it. Now, Daniel, he is like really not feeling Monte in that talk that he had with them. Nicole and Daniel afterwards are like, look, I think we just use it. He went to Kyle, kind of told him about that conversation that he had with Monte and how it didn't seem right. Nicole and Daniel both ended up telling Alyssa, Indy, and Jasmine, like, Monte said you guys were going to vote me out. Like, that's what he said. So don't. Like, he's using you guys, saying you're going to turn on me. So that's the situation. So they told them all that. I don't think that's going to really affect much, really, because even if they buy into that, they're still not going to have the numbers unless Kyle decides to flip on them, which I don't see happening at the moment. But at the end of the day, the veto was used. We went and we had the veto ceremony. Alyssa and Indy were taken down. Monte put up Nicole and Taylor because that was still always plan B, even after they changed to the new plan. And it's just amazing that that's how it happened. Nicole and Daniel both kind of went around, trying to make sure they did their work and checking in with people, making sure they had the votes and everything was good. And they felt like they were crushing it. Like, Nicole had a convo with Turner where she was like, just trying to, make sure he was on board. And Turner was just like, yeah, okay. And Nicole later is telling Daniel, she's like, oh, I nailed it. I was covering my mouth for dramatic effect. He bought every word of it. I'm so good. I'm great at this. So their hubris is really going to be the nail in their coffin, and it's really cool. Now, here's the other thing. I'm sure you saw it in the thumbnail. I'm sure you saw it in the title. The Showmance is official. Kyle and Alyssa kissed last night. What was funny is Daniel, Daniel said earlier today, after the meeting with Monte, he said, you always got to be alert. You got to keep on your toes. When you get comfortable, you stop paying attention. He's literally on the other bed asleep while Kyle and Alyssa are making out next to him on the bed. Like, it's I'm serious. You can't write this stuff. It is amazing. So Kyle and Alyssa, they were getting it on. They weren't really caught by anybody, but people were definitely walking by and like giving them the eye, right? I think the leftovers are kind of maybe going on Kyle watch, where they kind of stick around Kyle to make sure he's okay. It's a thing. It's just weird because Kyle was so like trying to push against it, but he can only hold out for so long. He's been in there for a month. You know, he's a young guy. She's a young girl. Things happen, right? But he was trying. He was trying his hardest, and I guess now that she's staying, he's like, well, I guess I gotta fucking do this. I'm gonna be lying to her about the vote, so you know, at least get a kiss now, because she's probably not gonna want to kiss me after Thursday after I lied to her again. Now another thing that kind of did happen, because Kyle was maybe feeling a little bit on the bottom of the Leftovers Alliance. And actually, speaking of that, I do have the updated Alliance chart for this week. This is kind of the finalized version of it. And there is a new final two if you look there. So, like I said, Kyle was kind of feeling on the bottom of the Leftovers, especially after this idea of sending Alyssa home this week and him not feeling exactly comfortable when he already promised that he would use the veto. So he's feeling a little bit down, and Turner went and he's like, look, you know, like, going forward, like, what do you think's gonna happen, right? Like, who do you think's gonna, like, take shots? Do you think there's anybody who has a final two? He's like, the only final two I had was Pooch. He technically does have one with Brittany, that was more of, like, you know, we'll watch each other's back, kind of pinky swear thing that happened, like, really early on. I think he's actually said later that he felt forced into it, but still, it was kind of a thing that happened. We'll keep it up on the board, because you never know. But they did make a little final two deal. They said, hey, let's do it, right? Monte and Joseph probably have one, so let's do it. Meanwhile, Kyle has one with Michael. He's got one with Monte. Now he has one with Turner. He's got the final three deal with Michael and Brittany. He's got this little Showmance thing going on with Alyssa. And you can see I've represented it on the chart there. I'm not sure if you've noticed. And he seems like he's in a good spot, but also he's kind of painting himself into a real tight corner here where he's made a lot of deals with a lot of people, and at some point, he's might be in power, and he has to make some tough decisions and break some deals that he's made. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how that develops. But as of right now, it seems like it's going to be Nicole to leave. It should be a 6-4 vote at the end. It's possible because there was talk between Jasmine, Indy, and Alyssa about like, hey, maybe we should just make sure we're on the right side of this vote and vote to get Nicole out if that's what's going to happen. But let's listen and see and see how things develop throughout the week. So that's where we're at as we head on into today. Should be a fairly easygoing day for the next 2 days until we get to Thursday. I'm sure Wednesday will be that normal like shakiness of like, are we sure we got the votes? Is this happening right? We'll see Wednesday's episode, the veto competition and the veto ceremony. So it's going to be interesting to see how they edit this and how it turns out, because I really hope they give Daniel all the credit in sending home his best friend, his number one in the game. But what do you guys think of everything? I know you guys are going to be super happy that Nicole is going home. I know I am. I'm pretty happy that that's how it's turned out, because this has just been so much fun. It's maybe the best possible scenario that could have happened. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. If you've made it all the way to this through the end of this video, to the end here, hit that like button. It really helps a lot. Hit that subscribe button if you are new here, so you can join us for all of our stuff, and hit that notification bell so you actually will get alerted when my videos go live, when I'm going live on the channel, especially for Thursday for our live eviction. Oh, that's one more thing, and this is going to be for all those people who click off the video before I'm actually finished and don't listen. They're not going to get this little piece of info. If you made it here and you know about this, comment Rihanna in the comments down below. So Taylor was practicing her speech for Thursday with Brittany, and she said, I really hope she goes through with this, because it would be amazing. She said, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna say, Nicole, I just want to quote a Big Brother superfan, Rihanna, and just say, you look so dumb right now. Please, Taylor. Please. Please do this. It would make my day if I saw that. Yo, please do that. Nicole will flip out. Daniel will flip out. Oh, it would be fantastic. So if you made it to the end here and you didn't click off before I was done my outro, comment Rihanna down in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.